My great-grandfather opened up the restaurant around 1915, and it passed down to my grandfather, then to my dad, and then now I have it as fourth-generation owner.
Just a pigskin's throw from Baylor University, this century-old family tradition has been a favorite of college kids and barbecue buffs forever. But what makes their food so praiseworthy?
Bro, because it's Waco. It's hometown Waco barbecue.
It's got a happiness to it that just makes me... I drive from Dallas to eat this.
Hope you got your eating pants on, because here comes the Gut Pack.
The Gut Pack was an addition in the 1980s by my father. This is not your average Fritos pie. This is all homemade here, all smoked on site and put together. It's a layered dish.
Vitek's famous Gut Pack starts with their legendary homemade sausage.
The great thing about our sausage is we're still making it like my grandfather did. My dad taught me how to make it. We strictly use pork shoulder and seasonings.
Julie keeps it simple with salt, pepper, and garlic.
We use just a little bit of garlic because it packs a Texas punch in there. We're gonna throw it in my grandfather's grinder and get it stuffed. It's time to make Granddad really proud.
These tasty links to Julie's past then get a good smoke.
We smoke our sausage with hickory in about 2.5 hours, and it gives that casing on that sausage a really good snap.
She slices that snappy sausage into succulent chunks, then piles on generous layers of flavorful textures.
Corn chips, shredded cheddar cheese, slow-smoked hickory sausage.
Needs more meat. How about Vitek's homemade Texas brisket?
The key to our brisket is long hours, trimming, seasoning, putting it on the smoker. It's with hickory and oat and 14 hours, and that's what gives it its flavor.
Vitek bucks brisket tradition with a clever cleaver hack for packing it onto the Gut Pack. And you know all those beans the Texans refuse to put in their chili? Found them.
We start with some dry pinto beans. We soak them overnight. Then we add salt, garlic powder, and some chili powder.
Then the sidekicks, pickles, onions, jalapenos, and finally,
our finishing touch is some sliced white bread. So you can make a sandwich, make a taco, or just soak up the juice.
versatile and delicious.
It's a big meal for a big steak. It's the Gut Pack.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
There's no like clean way to eat it, but it's so good that you just don't really care.
I mean, look at this thing. You're not gonna call that the slim pack.
You start at the corners and you flip and turn it into the middle, because you can't really mix this. I mean, look at how much is in this deal. And then you use your bread kind of as your bucket, and you just scoop it up into it as you go. That is the Waco way to do it.
My favorite part is the brisket. Great burnt edges. The smoke is fantastic.
The beef is tender, juicy, and a great flavor.
Good. That is so tender, you take your false teeth out and eat that.
On the very top, they put these home-style cooked beans, and the sauce of the beans and the tenderness of the beans soaks down almost like a gravy on top of the meat.
The texture of the crunchy Frita that adds a lot to the eating experience.
And it's just that great mix of the smoky meat flavor, but also with the barbecue sauce. It's just perfect.
This is Texas, okay?
Thank you, Vitek, for over 100 years of way cool barbecue in Waco.
Cheers to Texas.
Old World pastry meets frosty brewed pints.
Nothing better than kolaches and beer.
Now look at one of
This is a land of brisketeers and chili con carnosaurs. But in Austin, ground zero of the unexpected, check out the love they have for a traditional Eastern European treat, the kolache.
The kolache, it's the taste of Texas you've never heard of.
I grew up with kolaches and barbecue.
A kolache is a Czech pastry that immigrated to Central Texas in the 1800s. Of course, Texans made it their own by making it bigger and as Texas-y as all get out.
Nothing better than kolaches and beer.
The Litt brothers, Noah and Josh, saw a need and gave it the old kolache crunch.
I figured, why doesn't Austin have a gourmet kolache bakery?
With beer.
With beer. Lots of beer.
coffee shop during the day, and then at night they just kick all the kids out and it turns into a bar.
Any Austinite's delight.
They must be doing something right. I mean, look at that line.
Austin's getting ready for a taste bud line dance. Starting with the sausage jalapeno and cheese kolache.
Texans love their kolaches. This is essentially combining two parts of Texas. You have your Texas barbecue and your Czech pastry, and we're putting them all together.
A match made in hill country heaven.
The star of all of our kolaches is the dough. I think what makes this dough special is how much butter and eggs we put into it. It allows it to be nice and pillowy and fluffy.
Jasmine sweetens the deal with sugar and honey.
It's a sweet dough, but it has a nice balance with the salt, and it pairs well with either a sweet kolache or a savory one.
And then it's rest, fold, and chill overnight.
All right, that looks perfect. Now all we have to do is cut it into rectangles so we're ready to shape.
Your approach may be different, but Batch's flavors are the real deal.
The owners of one of the big kolache shops in Texas stopped by one time for some kolaches, and they said we'd make their grandmother proud.
Another sleepover, and
now it's time to build the kolache. Check this out.
She works the dough, and whoa, that's not the yellow cheese of Texas.
We use white American cheese. I think it tastes better than yellow American cheese.
With a pickled jalapeno kicker and a spicy local sausage, Jasmine pushes the envelope.
Now that we have them all rolled up, we're gonna stick them in the proof box to rise.
After 10 minutes of Texas Hold'em,
a little egg wash, shredded cheese, and a fresh jalapeno slice.
Then she bakes Austin proud.
Best kolaches you've ever tasted. You're welcome, Texas.
The SJC from Batch Craft Beers and Kolaches.
Baby got Batch.
It's fresh as it gets. It's a little spicy and a little smoky. Talks back, but it's got a smooth, cheesy finish.
This is like a handful of Texas. Jalapenos, cheese, and a lot of sausage.
The spice from the jalapeno and the sausage mixed with that coolness of the cheese. Awesome.
Meat, jalapeno, cheese, bread. Eat your heart out, America.
Texas pastry and craft beer. A match made at Batch. And for dessert, a batch of chocolate, pecan, and caramel kolache.
Pecans are prevalent everywhere in Texas. You can find them in your backyard. If you ask me, pecans are the official Texas state nut. This is your classic sweet kolache. They are open-faced in design. You can put anything in there. All's fair in loving kolaches.
If you're talking love, you're talking chocolate. Sweet, sweet chocolate.
It's time to go nuts. Pecans add a nice little roundness to the sweet. It helps balance it all out. We're gonna top this sweet treat with a little bit of the caramel, my favorite part. We like to make it in-house. We have a lot of fun with it, and you can sure taste the love.
Using her Austin powers, Jasmine bakes sweet love to the kolaches, then covers the fluffy golden results in chocolate drizzle.
A little bit of sweet and a whole lot of Texas.
There's nice, warm, chocolatey feel. That's happiness right there.
My favorite part of this is the caramel. So good. Warm, sweet, yummy. Tastes so homemade.
It depends on a kolache. Just adds that Texas taste. It's really good.
Watch out, pecan pie. The kolache's coming for you.
Sweet on sweet crime.
If you're not getting messy, you're not doing it right.
I guess you can mess with Texas. When it comes to kolaches, check this classic Czech dish off your Lone Star checklist.
Clear eyes, full beers, and great kolaches.